When you're sitting around a campfire, the darkness feels alive. Every crack of a twig, every whisper of the wind feels closer than it should. We tell scary stories to laugh off the fear, but sometimes the stories aren't just stories. Sometimes they're real. Tonight, you'll hear 3 true tales from people who survived chilling encounters in the woods, and they've never forgotten what happened. These aren't campfire myths or ghost stories invented to scare kids. These are real, bone-chilling experiences shared by the people who lived through them. So lean in closer to the fire, keep your eyes on the trees, and remember, out there in the darkness, something might be watching you. Let's begin. Story 1. The Disappearing Hiker. It was supposed to be a normal camping trip. 4 friends, one weekend, deep in the remote forests of Washington State. They set up camp, built a fire, and laughed late into the night. Around midnight, one friend, Alex, said he needed to use the bathroom and wandered into the woods with a flashlight. 10 minutes passed, then 20. They called out for him, thinking he got lost. No answer. Only the crackle of the fire and the cold night air. They searched the woods for hours, shouting his name, their flashlights cutting through the mist. But Alex had vanished. The next morning, they found something chilling. Alex's flashlight, standing upright in the dirt, still turned on. His backpack was still at the camp. Authorities searched for days. No signs, no tracks. It was as if the forest had simply swallowed him whole. He was never seen again. Story 2. The Knock on the Tent. A family of 4 decided to go camping deep in the Appalachian woods. It was peaceful until nightfall. As they lay in their sleeping bags, the youngest daughter whispered, "Did you hear that?" Soft tapping. First one knock, then another. They froze. The father grabbed a flashlight, ready to unzip the tent, but something instinctively told him not to. Instead, they stayed silent, heartbeats thundering in their ears. The knocking grew louder, then slower, as if someone were circling the tent, dragging a hand across the fabric. They stayed awake the entire night, too scared to move. When dawn finally broke, they stumbled outside. Around the tent were dozens of handprints, small, medium, large, but no footprints leading toward the tent or away from it. The ground was undisturbed, like whoever or whatever had visited them had never actually touched the earth. Story 3. Voices in the Trees. Josh loved solo camping. No distractions, just him and the wilderness. One evening, deep in a dense forest, he set up camp near a small clearing. As the fire flickered low, he heard it, faint voices calling his name. Josh, Josh, ... He thought it was the wind, but the voices grew louder, more distinct, like whispers just beyond the trees. He shined his flashlight into the woods. Nothing. He tried to sleep, but the voices circled the camp all night, sometimes distant, sometimes right behind him. At 3 a.m., he finally snapped, backed up his gear, and started walking back to his truck, refusing to look back. As he reached the trailhead, exhausted and shaking, he heard it one last time, a whisper right behind his ear. Josh. He turned around. Nothing but trees and silence. Josh never camped alone again. Some campfire stories are meant to scare us. Others are warnings. When you're deep in the woods, far from help, far from light, you're never truly alone. Things move out there. Sometimes they call your name. Sometimes they leave marks you can't explain. And sometimes they take. If you enjoyed these true horror stories, hit the like button, share your creepiest outdoor experience in the comments, and subscribe for more real-life chills.